I hope you are okay today. And today we have a topic about ourselves and our community and how we relate between them. So, thank you for enjoy this video. I hope you are in a well position, and it is not. It is a transition process. It is okay. I hope this information gives you more knowledge and give you another route to try that process, right? So, talking about ourselves, when we come to this process to live the life in this earth, since we born from our mother, we start a process in of self-conscious about that we are someone that need to release some tools, some actions to be part and live in this planet, right? So since the beginning we try to learn what are those tools that we have that we can live in this environment, in this process of life. So, do you remember just your first steps when you tried to put up and try to walk in your house, in that apartment? Then maybe you do one step and then go down and try to put up again and continue trying to walk right in that floor that maybe it was not too comfy to get down there, that maybe you have some hurt in your bottom, in your legs when you try to start those first steps, right? So since the beginning we try to find who we are, what we like, what we don't like, um, how we relate with others, who will we be our friends, who will be just our partners, and who will be our lovers. If I enjoy to have much time with our grandfathers, grandparents, or if I prefer to go to um, courses after school to increase our skills about dancing, drawing, painting, singing, and explore other sports, maybe basketball, volleyball, hockey, I don't know, different activities after school, right? But those activities and those playtimes and those experience in our growing up give us all the tools and all the identity that we have now. Reinforce the tools and the comments about how we need to go, how we need to express, or how we need to live, or what would be the best that our parents tell us that will be the best kind of life that we could explore, right? That we have the permission to live it, right? Maybe in some point of your life you question it about if that career that your family tells you it was the correct one for you, if it is the best option that you have, or maybe you can explore other options. Maybe you know that you have better skills about to cook, but your family tells you that maybe you will be a better on construction process, right? And you realize that maybe it is not your dream, or maybe it is not the next step that you want to live, and maybe you enter in conflict with them to express them that you prefer to cook for others, maybe to have a bakery, or maybe to have an store when you can sell your creations, or do the banquets for some events, maybe for parties or for company celebrations, and you have your own business, right? That you do not stay as restricted in some uh, address, in some direction, that you have your tools. Maybe you have flexibility and move on, right? For other states or other um, spaces that you can bring your meals to them and they can enjoy it, or your pies or your cakes, I don't know, different things. But when you start to put it yourself first and start to recognize you as one person, as one self, one soul, and you start to drawing your map, the road that you want to live, that is when we activate our individuality. That is when we active that process and put on as a big zoom to show to others that who you are, how do you think, mm, how do you act, uh, what is the goal or the next step that you think that it will be help you to live this experience of life, right? And you put all your effort there. And sometimes when you go and try to be part of some communities, uh, like friends, uh, like your job or work environment, or maybe uh, if you are an scout, and the groups inside of the scouts that do different activities and you be part of them, right? But that not doesn't mean that you change all your mind, all your habits, all your activities, just to be part of that group. You put some of them in process to match with them, but you don't forget who you are, right? And you don't change all your life to that topic. Maybe use little things to adapt and be part of that group of persons, be part of that community, but not forget who you are, the things that you like most, or the vision that you have from you, right, in the future. So today, what the angels invite us, it is to reflect about how ourselves we are related with others, and this is a process beginning the festivities that are coming for close the year. So they invite us to review what are the thinkings or the perceptions that we have, or the knowledge that we have from the past, that it is not really good for me to bring in the now and continue with that lessons that are not giving us benefits anymore, that maybe in some point help me to move on from one position to other, or move on from one process, or close the cycle with another person and a relationship, or to say goodbye a good friend that maybe it is no longer in this space, that was past another uh, dimension, that is in a different form, not with this physical body, that is just in essence, and it is in that other portion, right? That we close those process and move on to others, but those tools or that learning, it is no longer functional from the next steps that we want to go, or the next trip that we want to live, right? So they invite us to do that process, to say this help me for the next step, this no, and that I need to move on, and I need to forget, and I need to reduce the use that I have now, and maybe see with what I can replace it. Maybe it is a change on habits. Maybe if it is difficult to reduce our current habit, just reduce it in the times that we use it, right? Or that we enjoy it. Maybe you get a notice that you need to reduce your caffeine because you drink more cups of coffee that your body needs, right? So maybe your study will be and a half of coffee less than the current ones that you have, and that could be a big change. And the end of the time, or at the end of the time that it is passing out, when you return back, maybe you can count that with your process to take less, I don't know, 10 15 cups of coffee that you in the past drinking, right? In the past you consume it, and now you see difference on your sleeping time or in your reaction with others. Maybe you more in peace, not overreactive, uh, more flexible to do different activities, no resistance that I need to do this. Uh, you don't know specific that it just that change give you all these opportunities, but if you don't do that change, maybe you don't have access to those new activities or new improvements in your health, right? So they invite us to do that list and see what is stopping me now to do the next step, what is limit me to move on new activity that I like to do, but I maybe I fear that it is not for me, that I don't have the tools. Sometimes we think that we need to really be an expert to live some experience, to be really expert to be part of a team that is already starting, I don't know, play soccer, or mm, uh, maybe an activity of play chess, right? Maybe I need to know all the lessons. Maybe I know to know all the practice of the movements to enjoy playing chess, right? But it is not necessary. It is just that I want to do it and try to learn the process and open and enjoy the process. It is not about the result. It is not about to win. It is about to enjoy the process, right? Enter to that competition, maybe forget it, forget more skills about painting, and in the process you need to share or to present some different kinds of skills, maybe just with pencil or with colors or with acrylic paint that maybe in the past you never use it, but if you want to be part of that competition of that process, you need to do it. And maybe that is the guess, maybe it is that the clue to permit you to be part of that, right? So when they talk us about ourselves limits, and then they join with others in a community, it is about do not forget who we are, what I think, and what I believe. Maybe I find some points to do match with others, and that give us the permission to live that process in community. And just that, don't be all changed for live that, right? I was listening training for have better skills to speak in public, He tell us that in the beginning he was doing some copy of the ones that already do that activity that he think are good leaders for him, that he maybe have them in a big perspective perception, and he enjoyed the form that they talk, right? So he tried to by imitation to try to do the same skills of how they express the words, the intention, the hands, the movement of the face, to see the people to the eyes or see it to the horizon and not do eye contact. But that was a learning. So after that, he think how I can adapt those skills to me. I start to learning and copy those process, but now how can I can integrate them to me? So they do some changes to that process and bring a new process for him that works, that was efficient for him, or what he tried to express to others. And after some practice and after some time, he learned other skills and start to adapt them, right? So he start to give some size, some model, some perspective of this new process, and now he has a product that he can sell to others. The beginning just was open to be part of that, to be that part of that process, to say, I'm here to learn from who I can learn, who I think it is the best option for me, and start to learn from them. And after that, adapt the information to his own process, give the special or the twist that he knows that it will help him to give the best benefit of that skill and adapt to him, to that personality, and then explore that new tool and see the effect in others, and maybe see how others can adapt better to that expression, to that idea, and then give a new creation, right? A new tool to explore to others. So that is how you can see how our individuality can be part of the community, but after return back to individual process and then return as a product to the community, right? And it is not just about the have a product to sell. This applies all in your life, right? So every time that you feel that maybe it is not the good time for you to be alone, start to see what are the groups and the community around to you that maybe you can enter to them, because they are already in your reality, so they already prepare you in some kind of point to release that you already have those tools, but maybe you don't use it. So you can see them and say, oh, I think I can be part of this group, and start to practice. Like children, they say to others, do you want me my friend? They don't say, if you like, do you want me my friend? They maybe do not uh, they don't know before. It is the first time in the school and in the kindergarten with who I want to get the lunch. Oh, I see that boy or that girl do the play with the same toy that I like it to play. Oh, I go with them. Do you want to be my friend? That is just the first question and the first step. What happened after that? It will be a gift to you, but it is from you do the first step. No one can do it, just you can do it. So they invite us to do that first step. see what is no longer I need to take out from the closet. I need to take out from my brain. I need to take out of my habits that is not help me to be as I want to be, and I start to see around me from who I can learn who I want to be, from who I can learn how to move on to the next step. And after that, they invite us to mix everything that we get from others to us and get a new tool, new skill adapted to us and start working and practice from them. If we see results, if we don't see all the results that we want, maybe we need to go back with other group and adapt other tool, right? Other concepts, other vision. But when we see that we already have that it was help us for us, and we can start to teach others to use it, you are in the other step. You are in the other side, ready, right? You become from a student to teacher to others. So that is a big step, right? That is a big movement for you, and maybe you don't realize it because you do small steps in the process and leave the process. And it is different when you do it as it and when you try to bring from one point to the end, because you will see as a biggest challenge for you. You will see a lot of movements and you maybe think that was a chaos when it is not. Maybe just are the portions or a plus that it is trying to move on to match, right? So this is the invitation for today in this video: to protect our individuality, take out what is not longer functional for us, and try to live in the community under our ideas, just matching some points, but not forget about us. No change everything about us, because the community will take us and we are no longer individuals. We are just part of the community, but what happens if the community disappears? How do you return to your individuality, right? So that's why it is important to have that limit line. Imaginary, but have the limit where it is just me and when it start my community, right? Well, if you have another question about the reality, uh, you can contact me. I'm starting doing some sessions one-to-one. I'm doing through Zoom, so you can contact me to my social media as Miriam Catalina, Facebook and YouTube, and Miriam Catalina 157 on Instagram, right? Well, this is the card for today, and they say take a decision. So they tell us take the decision that have the most benefit from all the persons around to you. There is no more time to lose. Go for it if you already take the decision. See the signals around to you, because they are send you the answer of that questions that you already have. Call the person that is coming to your mind in these moments. So maybe through that person you get the answer of your question. So thank you very much, and we'll be in contact in another video. Bye bye.